So lately I've been using a new color line and it is called Alfaparf, which is one of the leading brands in Italy. And so what I've decided to switch up my color line just because I wanted to try something new, and I do that every once in a while. I started off using Redken, and although I still use a lot of Redken in shades or whatever, there may not be a specific reason why I switch up color lines, but besides, it might be the new thing. I actually was gonna go with Kuhn, but I decided to go with Alfaparf after looking at how beautiful and shiny the colors are. So in this video that you guys are about to watch, look how shiny these colors are. They're so gorgeous. And so what you're going to see, I have a client, she actually came to Houston to visit me from Chicago, and she came in, her blonde, as you will see in the video, her blonde is all the way down here because she hasn't seen me in over a year. I've been in Houston for a year now. And so she came in, and she's like, I haven't let anybody touch my hair or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. So now we're almost at like a color correction type of situation. And basically, you're just gonna see how I lift. She was at a level 2. And if you are a stylist, you know what I'm talking about. Level 1 is black. She is not black. She's actually somewhere between a 2 and 3, more so leaning on a 2 to start with. And then you will see me lift her into a 5 to give a nice base color. And also you will see me highlighting. You'll see bloopers, you'll see everything. I should have like separated everything and unpackaged everything before, but whatever. But I hope you enjoyed this color, and I hope you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, so here we are right now. Like I said, we're gonna do a color correction. As you can tell, she has a lot of virgin hair, a lot of hair I haven't been in her hair in over a year. I've been in Texas for a year, so it probably was a little bit more than that since she's been to me, and she just let it grow out. She found me and she came. And so what I was explaining to you is, now that I'm starting this new color line, I wanted to see, you know, how it looked on the hair, if it gave a nice shine. So I used the Alfaparf 5.5 for the just to lift her hair to a nice low light. Well, what will serve as a low light, you know, that was my all over color. And then I'm going in with, you know, highlights, with a lot of highlights to brighten her up. But essentially that will be the darkest peek through or shade through color that she will have, is the color that you're looking at right now. And yeah, I did that with Alfaparf, and I really like it. I really like the shine that I get on the hair. Although I did lift her 3 levels, you know, there wasn't any drying. This is just after shampoo. I mean, not even shampooing, I'm sorry, after coloring her and then rinsing her so that we can start her highlights. It still has a nice luster to it, so I really like it so far. So one thing I must note here with doing highlights on highly textured hair is really making sure that I get that hair saturated, because if you work with textured hair, what you come to know is that it tends to be a little more coarse, which doesn't allow the product to all the way seep through. So when you are highlighting hair, I'm essentially using a decolorizer, which we call a bleach. It has to maintain its wetness. If it doesn't, it's going to stop oxidizing, and textured hair is already dry. So you can take what you will out of it and what you won't. All I'm saying to you is that I would make sure that it is saturated. And I'm gonna have to cut the camera off in a little bit. Sometimes we start talking and things come out of people's mouths that maybe I don't want on camera or they don't want on camera. So anyway, as you can see, I have pretty much finished foiling the back. If you look at her shoulder, you'll see that I have already started pulling out some of the foils in the back of the head because it has already processed to the lightness that I needed to. So I do not want it to continue to oxidize because that's where you will have dryness and you'll have breakage. So periodically I'll check on the foils that I started with in the back, and once they have finished oxidizing, then I'll go ahead and take them, remove them out of the foil, and then wipe any excess bleach. So I don't know if I have any hairstylists that are looking at this video, or if I have people that are just interested in hair in general. But you know, once you catch your groove, it just goes by so fast. Like with the foiling is all about patterns. Most of everything is about a pattern on the hair. If it's not about angles, it's about patterns. So once you get into the groove, it really goes by. But periodically I will check some of the foils. I think that's one of the most important thing, is to make sure that you're checking the foils to make sure that you have a nice yellow color. Some hair lifts red, some hair it lifts to a yellow, orange color. So it really just depends. Everybody's hair is different. Everybody has used different chemicals in their hair. So, you know, let me clarify myself before someone jumps in the comment and says something about that. Okay, so now I'm in my last section of hair with the foils. This is the last of the last. And so when I get to the last, what I typically like to do, I'll start with in the back, the peroxide level that I'll use maybe about a 30. I don't really have a genuine need to go to a 40, especially not in the back. Not in the back. Not your starting point. If that's where you start, that's typically where I start. But it will, I'll go to a 30. So this last section, because everything else has had a chance to oxidize and I want to bump it up a little bit. I could, of course, you know, we have the drops with that accelerate the color. So I could go in with that. Or this is the one time that I might bump it up to a 40, but I'm always watching it, you know, and that's the main thing. You can go to a 40 a level 40 with textured hair. I know a lot of people are scared of using 40 volume, but you can. You just have to wash it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the 40 on this last section, and of course I'll end up taking some of the other foils down. So I guess we fast forwarded all the way. I'm gonna go in with the Olaplex standalone. Now, a lot of people will do Olaplex in the color. I have not done it in the color yet. I'm sure it would have saved me about 30 minutes off of my entire service. But at the end of the day, we've got nice, healthy blonde results. A nice double dimension blonde color that's shiny on textured hair. If you would like to know more, please follow me on all social media accounts. That's TikTok at Marquita_X, IG is bundleup_hair_ again. And then if you want to book an appointment, you can always go to bundleup.glossgenius.com. If you have any questions that you want to collab or do anything else, you can always go to my email. Hit me up, bundleupmyhair@gmail.com. It was great.